Yeah, there is kind of a well, hi everybody. Welcome to Talk Openly. My name is Jack and I'm with my good friend Daniel. And we are just delighted to introduce our guests tonight, Geshe Tsewang Dorje. Welcome, Geshe-la.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. And for people who don't know you, Geshe-la, or what you do, you're a very busy person. Among many things, you're a highly accomplished scholar of Buddhist philosophy and tantric studies, receiving several advanced degrees, first from the Gelugpa Monastery and later from the Tantric College for Vajrayana. You received novice vows from Ling Rinpoche, the tutor of the Dalai Lama, as well as full ordination from His Holiness.
Yeah.
Geshe-la is also the director of the Ngari Institute, which provides free modern education to school-age children and young monks who can't afford education. And we're going to be talking more about the Institute later on. But yeah, in addition to those accomplishments, you know, Geshe-la is a very dear friend of Lama Jinpa and Lions Roar Dharma Center in Sacramento. So we are so pleased to have you. Welcome, Geshe-la.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yes, great. And we have people joining us on the internet. So if you are on Zoom, feel free at any time to ask any questions, and Daniel and I will check out the chat and we'll ask that question for you. So Geshe-la, on this show, we have a lot of fun, Daniel and I. We kind of bring a topic, a Dharma topic, and we just talk about how it's showing up in our lives and, you know, how challenging the Dharma can be, you know, when we apply it to our lives, but how transformational. One thing we started to do is a new section of the show where we talk about a random Lojong slogan. And we thought, you know, what better person to talk about Lojong with than you, Geshe-la. So yeah, should we try it?
Talk about Lojong a little bit?
Yes.
Let me share our screen here.
Maybe before we start with the slogan, Geshe-la, could you tell us a little bit about just the importance of Lojong and what it can do for us?
Okay. So actually, yeah, Lojong. Lojong is very important. Whatever we do practice, this is we doing for the Lojong. You know, law, Tibetans say law means mind, and Jong means the practice. You know, training our mind. This is very important. You know, so whatever you're doing the practice, you know, this is for our Lojong, you know, Lojong, practice for our mind. So this is very important. For example, like a, you know, 8 version of this Lojong practice, Lamrim practice, you know, this all of the Lojong, you know, for changing our mind, you know, then practice our mind, you know, abstain our mind from this, you know, the negative thought, like a negative karma, you know. So we are leading our mind in a positive way. So we say this is the Lojong, it's the mind training. So mind training, like the Lojong, so mind training, Tibetans say, the Lojong. So that before this Lojong practice, we should know about our nature of mind. This is very important, you know, because people don't care the mind, you know. So we say, you know, everything has come from our mind, you know, everything is input from our mind. So mind is very important, you know. So mind is the source of the happiness or the sufferings. Yeah, if you are very happy minds, yeah, happy minds, then it brings you more happy and peaceful. If you have, you know, the suffering minds, no happy mind, it's more bring you more suffering and more the problem. So that way, they totally depend your mind, So when you go to sleep, your happy mind, your sleep going very well. When you go sleep with like tensions or the problem, you're no more good sleeping. So this is really, totally depend the mind. So what is the mind? Our mind is very, very clear. Now, very clear. Same much it is. Same ranshin vesawa. Same ranshin vesawa means our mind nature is the very clear. Not any exclusion there. Nothing disturb theirs. Our mind is like a sky in a space. Now, when you the sky nature is very, very clear, isn't it? Very clear. But sometimes, they disturbed by this cloud, pollutions. So that way, the sky nature we cannot see. Same as our mind nature is very clear. But this temporary covered by attachment, then anger. So that way we cannot see our nature mind, clear mind, then we cannot feel our clear mind. Then we feel, oh, I'm always guilty. We feel, we sometimes we say, oh, I am very, very bad person. I feel sometimes they say, they feel, I am, how to say, not happy persons. Sometimes they say, I'm very angry persons. Sometimes they say, oh, I have a very strong attachment. But, of course, we have attachment, anger, the suffering mind. But they all come from this, some kind of this cause of the conditions, really, cause of conditions. There is no attachment automatically. Automatically, there is no anger. The I already told our mind is very, very, very clear. Nothing, really very clear. And also, naturally we have a simple minds. Naturally, we have a karuna, seat of the compassion. So that way, we can change our mind. The negative thought turn into the positive. So for example, somebody's always, going to the negative way, the wrong way, wrong road. But, they slowly, they're going to this positive way and the right way. So yeah, somebody feel, oh, somebody saying, oh, I am very, very strong. I got very strong, angry. They feel, angry is their nature, but they know nothing. That means, through the mind trainings, we can change everything. We feel very bad thing, we can change it. So that way, Lojong, our mind is very clear, very, very clear, like a sky, just, disturbed by, some kind of this attachment and anger. But there's no attachment automatically in our mind. So that way, attachment or anger coming from this, some source. This is depend, the cause and conditions. We are not getting angry all the time. We have no attachment all the time. Hasn't it? That means, this is depend something. So that way, cause and condition. So this kind of mind, so like if you say, somebody say, I'm very angry person, so angry person becoming very, very, they're peaceful persons. Somebody say, I'm very bad person becoming very good person. Isn't it? This is coming from this mind training. So mind training is very important. Yeah. So people say, no happy. People say, I have a big problem. I have a stressful. I have tension. depression. Why they come? It's come from this lacking the mind training. So who do this, mind training practice, Lojong practice, no more depression. Lojong practice, no more tensions.
It's true.
Yeah, no more lonely. If you have a Lojong practice, you love everybody. You have a lot of friends. How you feel lonely? If you have a Lojong practice, you never get angry with the other because you always love to the other. So this is the benefit from this Lojong practice. So even in a small issue, if you have a Lojong practice, you sleep very, very well, isn't it? Yeah, even you sick, you no more worry. If you have a lot of stress, a lot of suffering, a lot of tension, even you cannot sleep well. If you do the Lojong practice, you eat very well. Even delicious or not, no problem. American food or Chinese food or Japanese food or Indian food, spicy or no problem. You can eat very happily. If you're not happy, whatever the delicious food, you're not feeling the delicious, you're not happy. Isn't it? Don't wondering to eat like the good food like. So that way, Lojong is very, very important. The spending our life. Being alive, we should do this Lojong practice, mind trainings. So this is very, very important. So Lamrim, the Lamrim is the the main text of the Lojong. Lamrim, the way to the faith, to the enlightenment. Karuna practice is the Lojong practice. Bodhicitta practice is the Lojong practice. Emptiness practice is the Lojong practice. We cannot find, the very, very specific Lojong, When you do this Karuna, the Nyingje or the compassion practice, this is the real Lojong. And when you do this, selflessness, the emptiness practice, this is the real Lojong. What the Bodhisattva do, Bodhisattva, Changchup Sempa do, they're doing the practice, Bodhicitta mind, Karuna mind. So this is the part of the Lojong. So Lojong is very, very important. Really, if you want to spend your life peaceful and happy, we must do the Lojong practice. So Lojong, different words and different way to the Lojong, like Lojong Tsikyama, 8 words, and Lojong Tönema and Lamrim. For example, Gelupa, the most popular Lojong is the Lamrim text. Nyingmapa, more Lojong text in the Visay, the Kunsang Lama, Lame Shelo. And Kagyupa, more importance, the Lojong text is Dakpo Tagen. And Sakyapa also, like Lojong Kasar. I didn't remember that. So, yes, so every land is the different Lojong.
Oh, wow. Yes.
What are we doing, so for reciting mantra or chanting, sadhana, receiving many teaching, for what? Practice the Lojong. All the Buddha teaching, concluding into the Lojong.
Changing the mind, transforming the mind.
Really, So why we are doing the practice? Changing the mind. So this is very, very important. So that way, for example, this, for measurable the practice. This is also Lojong. 6 perfection practice. The generosity and the morality also. The concentrations, wisdom, effort, the patience, this kind of things. Also this, this Lojong. Lojong means training the mind, changing our mind, control our, how to say, negative thought. This is the real Lojong. And also through the Lojong practice, we create the positive thought and we create the positive karma. This is the really Lojong.
Mm.
So even, when you do, when you do little bit like a chanting with mindfulness, this is also Lojong.
Mm.
Don't look, Lojong is somewhere there. So whatever, if you go with working with very, very peaceful, this is also Lojong.
Mm.
When you talk with these people, very, how to say, lovely word, use your lovely word, show your respect to the other. This is also part of the Lojong. Lojong means no need to stay in the cave and do something. Lojong is, very, very important here, spending our daily life. This is important. This
Right.
is really. So
Yeah.
otherwise, no, there's no Lojong.
Huh.
Always things. When you work with your Lojong practice.
That's right.
When you say something, you should do, say with the Lojong practice. When you do in a concentration, whatever, you do with Lojong. Really, it's very helpful to change your mind. It's very helpful to control your mind. So that way, Lojong is very, very important. I would like to say it more, but my English.
No, it's great. We're getting so much, yeah.
Listen my English with your big passion.
No, every word, it really makes so much sense to me. And, I'm thinking about the way that I used to think about myself before I met the Dharma. I had these very concrete ideas about who I was, that I was a bad person, that I was an angry person, that I was someone who would lash out at people. I had these strong ideas about myself. But once I started, learning mind training and just being able to sit with myself too, it's none of those things are true. Sure, I'm a person who can get angry or become angry, but I am not anger.
Yeah.
And that really stood out to me from what you said. Yeah.
Yes, I already told you, so many people feel like that. I have a very good friend, but he liked to drink.
Yeah.
Always saying I'm a bad person because I'm drinking. He says yes. I say you don't say that.
Mm.
You are not bad person. You are good persons. Only in the drunk, like champagne make you bad person. When you stop, then all the time you are very, very happy persons.
Mm.
So when he drunk, then he's doing anything, he lost the control of their minds. Then he can do anything. Then he fell, oh, I'm a bad person, So then when not drink, at that time he's very, very simple and peace, take care of their family, wife and children with very, very peaceful. So that way, his nature is not come from this bad person. His nature is not bad, isn't it? But this come from, the cause and condition. Yeah, so something like that, So this is just come from his habit, but this is not wrong. So all the people change their mind.
Mm.
Really, a bad person become a very, very good person.
I have a question about if you imagine that somebody's listening to the show who doesn't know anything about mind training.
Mm-hmm.
They are still thinking I'm a bad person, or just like we were talking about. What simple Lojong practice would you offer them?
Okay. So I would say there's no bad person naturally. Buddha said everybody got, the Karuna seed. Everybody got the Buddha seed. Seed is one time growing. Buddha seed means lovely, mind. Becoming one day Buddha. Even no, but at least they can become very, very good persons. That means we have a Buddhist seed, right? Becoming a good persons, becoming happy persons. Somebody said, oh, I'm bad. I already told, it's not bad. So that way, Lojong is very important to do the practice, through the Lojong practice, spending their life happy and peaceful. This is very important. Don't feel I'm a bad person. Even you do very bad, but you don't, you don't think I'm a bad person. Also, you don't think I'm a very good person. By doing this through this, through this cause and condition, isn't it? So, for example, somebody is killing, but because of some reason they are killing. But naturally, also they have also karuna seed. Some cause of condition, they kill it. For example, when they're getting war, army killing each other. Actually, sometimes they don't want to kill, because of the force they have to kill. Naturally, they are very compassionate. After the kill, they are crying, why I kill them? So, I heard, Europe also, something the hunting time, animal hunting time. People going to, kill this like deer or what animal. This is first they're killing just for fun. But after they saw, they get the suffering for this deer or the animal, they feel guilty. Why are they guilty? It's come from this compassion mind. They regret, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that means, naturally we have a, the karuna seed. Everybody got. All the beings have this karuna seed. Karuna means compassion seed. Really, that means everybody can change.
Yeah.
Everybody becoming good persons. Yeah, so I'm saying this Lojong practice is very, very good. So, if somebody like to do the Lojong practice, then your life spending very peaceful. You can spend your life happy. You can eat well. You can sleeping well. You can enjoying very happy with your family. If you have, this, the Lojong practice, you much love your family, your wife or your students or your relatives or your friends more. So you never get, this compassion and stressful. Yeah. You never get, this suffering. Your mind always peace and happy, when you do this Lojong practice. This means our mind. Yeah, this is important. Just I'm saying like that. Sorry.
Yeah, and I so appreciate the reminder that we really have to come to the realization and strong belief that we have that at our nature, like that compassion actually is our nature, not the things that are covering up the compassion, and that just that can really accelerate our practice, just really having faith in that. And I also appreciated, hearing that any kind of practice we do, even, just interacting with people, that in itself can be used as mind training. So I think that really makes it accessible to people.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and so the Lojong that Daniel and I have been kind of introducing to the show is the 7-point mind training. Yeah, the slogans. And so we were thinking maybe we could pull up one of the slogans and chat about it a little bit. How does that sound?
Yes, but I just wanted to say thank you, because up until today, I thought Lojong was synonymous with the 7-point mind training. I didn't realize that Lojong was mind training.
Of course, yeah.
And so I had a very narrow view of what Lojong was or is. And now I'm just delighted to find out that it's way bigger than what I imagined.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you should read, this like 7-point verses and 8-point verses, and you should receive some Lamrim teachings. Nowadays, they have different way, like YouTube or many scholars, well English speakers, not like my English. So you know more, yeah, then you understand more and more clear. Yeah, so my style is, I'm teaching in Ladakh like this, the point of view. So also Ladakhi people, they don't know deeply the Lojong, but normally they're doing the practice. Yeah, no harming others, helping others. But everybody's know we have the compassion seed. So through the practice, the Lojong practice, our compassion seed and growing, then we can show our compassion all of this sentence being. First we love our family, then our friend, then our neighbor, then our state, then our country, then this planet, then another planet. Then we say our compassion show all of the sentence. It's very important. So that way, we should proud we have a compassion seed. We should proud we have a Buddhist mind seed. This is very important. Yeah. So that way, there's chance to change our mind. So this is very important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's pull up the Lojong slogan that we have here.
And while we're waiting for that, if there's anyone in the audience who has a question, you can always type it in the Q&A and we can ask it for you. All right, Daniel, do you want, you got this Lojong slogan from the Lions Roar website up. Do you want to tell us what it says?
This is the third slogan in instruction of point 5, and it says, always have the support of a joyful mind. And I think maybe I'd like to turn it over to Geshe to talk about.
Yeah, they say, always have the support of a joyful mind. Okay, let's go to talk about the joyful mind. The words come from the joyful mind. It's come from the Lord. It's come from this compassion. It's come from this Bodhicitta mind. Now, this joyful mind is not coming from the greedy mind. This joyful mind is not coming from this jealousy mind. This joyful coming from, the generosity practice. And this joyful mind comes from the morality practice, isn't it? This comes from really happy mind. So there's a joyful, spend our life happy and joyful. So, so the joyful mind, joy, happy, is totally come from this, how to say, and the Lojong. So without Lojong, they're not joyful. Just for fun. We have a fun. This I'm very enjoying, we said. For example, when we eat very delicious food, we say, I'm enjoying very much. But this is not for longer. As I said, it's temporary. So when we wear very beautiful clothes, I'm very enjoying wearing this food, this clothes, isn't it? This is for, the temporary, isn't it? Sometimes, if we fight, they say, oh, I fought them, so I'm very happy. I defeated them, I'm happy. But this is not joy. This is not real joy. This is just for temporary. This is just for come from this negative thought. This is come from this very big proud, the ego. So when you love to other. When you make happy other, it remains very long time. This is the really joyful. This is the permanent happiness. So, there's, yeah. So many people, they don't know how to do themselves happy person and a joyful, How do they spend their life with enjoying? Even they got everything, but they don't know how to spend their life happy. They've got a lot of money, but they are no more happy. They've got a lot of property, not happy. They say, my health is very, very strong and I'm perfect, but inside some problem. So no making everywhere. So this is come from this without lacking the lojong. So if you have a lojong practice, then whatever you have, the property, you're spending with happy. Whatever you have, you're spending with peaceful. If you have the lojong practice. Yeah, this is lojong. This is joyful come from this, satisfied mind. No more greedy. People call strong greedy all the time. They have a greedy. So try to disagree and try to do this. The renunciation that they practice. It helps to becoming very joyful person and a joyful mind, happy mind. Enjoying mind.
What about when something bad happens? So, for example, let's say I lose my job or my dog dies, or something like that. How do I maintain a joyful mind?
No, so this is the different way. So of course, somebody is, they died their beloved, the dogs, or they died theirs, their parents or the relatives. They times no more joy, but they times must understand the nature. No, nobody remain in this world. Not permanent. So that way, the last message Buddha's give, all these continuous things are impermanent. Our parents, or past, or future, whatever, lovely dogs, or lovely parents, or lovely friends, or lovely couples, ourselves, themselves, everybody's going. This is not matter of this joy, but this is we should understand this nature. This is very important, So that way, impermanent. That times, practice the impermanent. Oh, really, Buddha said, but naturally they change. Life is no more longer. That way, he got sick, cause of condition, he got sick, he died. One day I'm going to die. I'm lucky today I'm not died. I do rest of my life, I spend rest of my life with happy and peaceful. Rest of my life, I'm going to generate, I am going to help for other, the all sentence being. You do this one with your joyful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Geshe. And we have a question that came up in the chat. Someone from the audience wanted to ask you, have you encountered enlightened beings, and are you free of suffering? And they say thank you.
Okay. You met an enlightened being.
Enlightened being. I enlighten simul this suffering from the suffering. No enlightened. No enlightened. Actually, so enlightened means free from something. But what I'm saying, actually, I'm one of busy Geshe, and I'm doing You know, I try to spend my life, 90% I am trying to spend my life very happy.
What was the second part of that question, Jack?
Yeah, the second part was, are you free of suffering?
Oh,
No, I'm not free from suffering. You know, I say, 90% I'm doing very happy, but 10%, of course, I have the anger, the attachment, the ignorance, my physical, it's come from this, this blood and the flesh. Of course, we're not free from the suffering. When I attend the nirvana, this is free from this, this samsara, then really, I'm free from the suffering. Then that time I get this happy, Now same, we are normal person. Yeah. Before I come here, I get very sick.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're in these bodies that get sick, they age, they die. Yeah, we're gonna have some suffering for sure. Yeah.
So Buddha say, all these conditional things are impermanence. All our defilements, body, like our physical, is the suffering. All the phenomena nature is selflessness and emptiness. So nirvana is the peace. The Buddha said, this is last message before he died, pass away. Buddha gave this message. So that way, they're not free now. I'm trying to free from the samsara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And this Sunday you gave the oral transmission of 21 taras, and we did the mantra together, and it's always such a powerful experience to do mantra with other people, even though I was online watching it. And I'm just wondering, maybe if you could tell us a little bit about the purpose of mantra and what mantra can do for us.
Okay. Actually, it's a mantra, so thousands and thousands mantras, so different mantra. Every single Buddha's got, mantra. Let's say, when you call the Zungdu, they combined all this mantra together. There's one text, thousand mantra in different Buddhas, different Bodhisattvas mantra. But the more popular and the recover, very useful in our community and the human beings, like Medicine Buddha mantra, Tara mantra, Amitabha Buddha mantra, Buddha Shakyamuni mantras, and so the Compassion Buddha mantras, Wisdom Buddha mantras, the Energy Buddha mantra, so different mantras. So normally the most of people, also others, Idam mantra like the Yamindaka, Guisamaya, and Hiroka, Jagasambhava, this Mahamudra mantra. So like so many mantras. So mantra practice, mantra through this chanting the mantra practice is one of the easy way. We are practicing with very short words. For example, Om Mani Padme Hum. We reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, only 6 level, only 6 words. We are reciting very short, only 6 level, only 6 letter. But we are thinking lot, considering lot, concentration lot. For example, when we recite Om Mani Padme Hum, that means all the 6 realms, beings free from the suffering. This is not small thing. The word by word, Om Mani Padme Hum. Isn't it? For example, we recite Om ni, pe, me, hom. When you recite the Om Mani Padme Hum, we recite it with concentration. It's very important. Also, when we recite the Om, that time should remind the meaning of the Om. When we recite Ma, when we recite the Ma, what we thinking, so you should think. Ni, pe, me, ho, word by word. For example, Om, isn't it? Om. When you recite the Om, that times you should think, may all this, the God beings or the free from this got the problem. Then second, Ma, may all this demigod free from this, like the suffering of this jealousy, something like that. Yeah. Pe, Om, Ma, Ni, may all, the human being free from the, birth sufferings and sickness and died, something like that, isn't it? Om, Ma, Ni, Pe. May, Om, Ma, Ni. Ni is the, human being. They Pe, all the helping free from this, very, very deep suffering, the mental, physical, whatever. Then Ni, Pe, May is, all the hunger cause free from this, thirsty, they are very stressed, right? Free from. Then last one, may all this, the animal realm, they're free from this, that problem. So when we recite like slowly, then we are going to compassion to the, the God, demigod, human, and hell, and helping, and hunger cause, and animal. Then through this recitation, the Om Mani Padme, so our compassion is growing. How much we pray the God of compassion. The God of compassion bless us very compassion mind. How much we recite, this Om Mani Padme, it's bring us more energy and peaceful and compassion mind. So that way, we recite the Om Mani Padme, Oh, this is very, very meaningful. So mantra, when you recite mantra, you should recite mantra with understanding the meaning of the mantra. The word by word, understandings. When you recite the Om Mani Padme Hum, that time you should recite with understanding the meaning of the Om Mani Padme Hum. So this is very important. Otherwise, like yesterday I told this, Om Tare Tare Turi Soha. So many, mantra is very powerful. So that way in a Tibetan community or Himalayan community, we recite a mantra a lot. We have a different way to recite mantra. We have a different way to practice the mantra. For example, one single in the Mani Padme Hum, somebody reciting mantra without a mala. Somebody reciting mantra with Om Mani Padme mala. Mala, this is garland or the mala, we say. The million and million they're reciting. Then someone also, the mani lako, the play wheel. This the money wheel. They're playing the money wheel. And also somebody they put the money wheel on the top, the lungkor, this around it pushing from this air. Then also some put in the water, So we have many techniques to reciting the mantra. So mantra is really a very easy way to the practice. No need to, no need to long chanting. No need long recitation. Only few words, few letters. Through the few words, Few later, we reciting mantra and practicing huge. Someone, the lifespan, they're spending their life reciting mantra in the cave. You ask somebody, keep continuous since the 12 years, 30 years, they stay in the cave and they reciting Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. They do we say shargom, the shargom means they knowing the mantra meaning, they're doing this practice. When we recite mantra, they're considering this, the meaning. Then they recite Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Then they, they practice the Karuna mind and they practice the Bodhicitta mind. So they recite Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. A billion and billion, million and million. How much we recite this mantra is very helpful to becoming, peaceful person. Really, this is the way, mantra is very important, especially in the Tibetan community. We reciting a lot.
Without concentrating on the meaning of the mantra, though, it's not very valuable, is it?
Actually, actually, it's very, very good result. That's the benefit without knowing the meaning. If you know this meaning, you have a more powerful, right? So that way, try to knowing the meaning, then you recite the mantra. This is very, very important. Whatever practice, lojong practice, just you reading words, random. Knowing this, the sentence, the practice is very different. Yeah, otherwise just, saying, this is no more power, the knowing this, the meaning is very important.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, because I think sometimes I get caught up in that, oh, it's this, from this ancient language, and if I just say it, it's going to have some kind of transformation. But it's, so important for me to know, like, well, what am I actually saying, and the purpose of it. So that makes so much sense. And we have a question from an audience member. And she says, would you say that mantra is a kind of mind training? Which I think you did answer that, mantra is lojong, mantra is mind training. But she also adds, is it considered maybe mind protection so that delusions can't take hold?
Yeah. Through this, the mantra practice, this protect this mind, this protect our mind from this negative. So this is the meaning of the mantra. Yeah, of course, mantra is the part of the lojong, I already told. Yeah, so mantra, you try to recite mantra, Om Mani Padme, Om Tare Tu Tare, even when you get sick mantra, or when you get sick, you try to recite mantra. Yeah, but we should have a faith to the the blue Buddha, like a medicine Buddha. Then you recite Om Tare Tu Tare, or Tayata Om Bekaze Bekaze Ma Bekaze Bekaze, and the Samagata Soha. Sometimes mantra are very helpful to recovering, cure this disease. Sometimes, the long time that people get sick, but no help from this Western medicine, the Chinese medicine, Tibetan medicines. They receive so many, blessing for Lama or Rinpoche. They have many, the protector's string or protector's cord, but no more benefit. But, through the practice, they recover. For example, somebody get very depression. So I think so this the medication, like a medicine, have very less. So this depression coming, the cure through the, the practice, reciting mantra, and also the practice like a, happy minds, and practicing with this lojong practice. So somebody say, I'm very guilty, then it make them unhappy. If they know, oh, why I guilty? Why I suffering? If they, try to ask himself again and again, really it is help to solve this problem. So that way, mantra practice. So myself, really, I'm very happy, and I'm very, very a person. The mantra I have to reciting all the chanting all the times. So I recite so many mantras. For example, more than maybe I'm not counting how many I recite, but especially when I go to retreat, Thara retreat, every year, but I'm doing this Thara retreat. Sometimes I'm reciting 100,000, sometimes few thousands. Then also Ming Sevitation Cheresik, the praise of the Lama Tsongkhapa, Viksema. 3 or 4 times I stay I had the retreat. So around 600,000 Miksema I already recited. Then Om Muni Muni. So then I don't know, a few millions, Om Saraswati Shrim Soha. This is the female Manjushri. Female Manjushi's mantra. Om Saraswati Shrim Soha, Shrim, 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 Shrim. So I recite a few million.
Wow. That's incredible.
Very helpful and happy. So I have a planning, but now this time I'm a little busy because of the Ngari Institute. I have to go many places. So otherwise I have a project and I'm doing, try to reciting 1 billion Om Mani Padme Hum.
Wow.
I died.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, Bani Tunch, not finished. Every day I'm reciting, the few thousand all the time I'm reciting Om Mani Padme Hum. But sometimes I think I want to stay very quiet place and just focusing on compassion mind and reciting there Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah. Okay. If I cannot finish 1 billion, at least I can do in a few million.
Yeah. That's so amazing. And we've got a question.
It's very easy, These are other goat like a Edom is sometimes, the long recitation and it's complicated. Money, nothing.
Yeah.
Very easy way to practice.
Yeah. Someone was curious, Geshe-la, if you have noticed, have you become happier year after year that you practice? Do you notice that in yourself?
Right.
So someone in the audience was asking, I'm curious if Geshe-la has noticed if he has become happier year after year that you practice.
Yeah. More and more, of course, yeah. Recently more and more happy. So that way I already told. I'm a social worker. So yeah. I have to fight many problems also. But I'm trying best, the most of time and 90%, I'm spending my life very happy. Of course, the 10%, sometimes the problem. But I'm not keeping whatever problem, not keeping in my mind. Yeah. No, there's no reasons. So any negative thought or negative action, I'm trying to forget very easily. If you put inside, then a big problem. 1, 2, 3, 100. So many problems put inside one time, then boom, isn't it? I don't know. So I try to forget it. I'm listening this side and throwing.
Yeah.
This is it. Really, Yeah, so the result, the mantra, reciting the mantra, the result of this lojong, result of this lumbering is very good. Yeah. Day by day, it develop our mind. Day by day, becoming happy and peaceful persons. You try, first you recite few hundred, like the Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Tare Tu Tare. Really, the result coming very soon. If you feel very angry, you try to recite Om Mani Padme Hum. The result is very soon. You become a very peaceful person, definitely. Because this is the compassion practice. Okay, if you get angry with someone, you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, you get angry less. This is the blessing from this Om Mani Padme Hum. This is the blessing from this compassion Buddha. I'm thinking, so yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And we want to talk a little bit about Ngari Institute, but there's one more question in the chat that maybe you could touch on. So there's someone who's feeling a little bit sick tonight, maybe a little bit sad. They're asking, is total freedom from the mind even possible? Is it possible to attain Buddhahood in this lifetime? Or does it really matter? So they're kind of, just asking those questions of you.
Yeah, let's say, happy. Sometimes we say, I'm very happy. Sometimes we say, I'm very sad. Sometimes we say, I get worried. These all come from this cause and condition. They try to do the analytical meditations. Where it's come from this sadness? Where it come from this problem? So through the understanding, the cause and condition, try to forget it. Try to stay with happy mind. Sad. Today, let's say, today I'm very sad. Where it's come from? This also depends something. Then if you know real the cause of this, then try to forget this cause. Try to stay, far from this cause. Then you're happy. They're no more sad. So yeah, they totally, Buddhists say, totally dependent cause and condition. Totally have to know cause and condition, happy or peaceful or suffering. So if you know the more happy and peaceful cause and condition, you try to get more, you touch more this cause and condition. If you know this, how to say, this problem, this cause and condition, then try to stay far. This is important. Yeah.
So really focusing on, yeah.
A lot of problems, this we making, we are blaming other, but actually come from inside. Yeah, so this is look like, homemade food. This is yeah, homemade food coming from the home, right? It's not same as, this own problem, Dalai Lama say human-made problem. It's the idea. This problem, sometimes we got too much, the confusions, too much thought, too much, negative thinking. It's make more problem. But we are not blaming our inside. We are always blaming outside. We always criticize outside. But actual problems come from in our heart.
Yeah.
So very, very important. Knowing the cause is very important. Where it come from, this source is very important.
Yeah. So keep on the path and keep minds training.
All of this, I didn't but I cannot see, but I got you good questions. Am I getting to say and hello?
Yeah. Oh, they say I'm not sad, but that's okay. Yeah, sorry if I misinterpreted. Well, yeah, Geshe-la, thank you so much for talking to us, teaching us about this mind training. It's really really wonderful and powerful to hear from you. We wanted to check in a little bit about, the Ngari Institute and the work you're doing there. We know you're giving a talk on Thursday with maybe some photos and whatnot at Lion's Roar, so we're definitely looking forward to that. But maybe tonight you could share a little bit just about what you're doing there and who you're supporting.
So really, I would like to share about this Ngari Institute. Yeah. So actually, we call the Ngari. Ngari is the regional name. Regional is the belonging. Before time, this area belonged to Tibet. So that way, we call the Ngari regions. So Ngari Institute located in the Leh Ladakh, in the Ngari regions. Leh very close border and Tibet border. We live there. So actually, Ngari Institute, our mission, or our the Ngari Institute helping to others so many different ways. So since 2006, we work very hard. Especially, this Ngari Institute giving and helping many students. First, we are focusing and trying to give good education to the children, especially who needy children. In the Ladakh around there, so many needy children is there, still there. So actually, nowadays, before times, Ladakh is very remote. Yeah. So, but still, we have a very remote area, like like a Tibet border, Chinese border. Someone living in the Pakistan border. They're still very remote. So then, Ngari Institute is focusing the good education to the needy children. Especially, we take care, 4 different kind of children. First, this orphanage. No father, no mother. The second one is single parents. Some children, the parents already divorced. But, here is the divorce is a good system, but that area no more. So divorce is divorce, father don't want to talk each other. Then, the big problem with these children. So this single parents. Then third, some family children's got many siblings, 8, 9, 10 also, many brother and sister. Then, some children stay with their relatives, live their grandpa, grandmother. Then some parents' income is very low. So we are focusing like these children and helping the educations. Then, there's food, medication, education, totally we give this free. So we started from 2010 with 25 children. So we cannot afford, the so many children together, but we start 25 children, then everywhere we raise 5, 6, now we got around 80 children. So there's not only monk. People say, I'm running the center. So they feel, Geshe taking only the monks. No, I taking all.
Amazing.
I take little girls, the little boys, and little monk also. So they are really studying very good. Compare few years back, we have a very good result. So they, they already, the graduate, this now studying in the college and university. Someone, this very ready to become, the Amchi. Amchi is the, this like a Tibetan, like a doctor, like doctor, and our tradition doctor. Then someone becomes the real doctor. Then someone become an engineer. Someone ready to join this army. Someone become ready to join the policemen. They start on life. So I'm very, very happy. So we are not giving only this the modern educations, you know. So we give modern education plus, you know, how to say, ancient, you know, the Buddhist traditions, because all of our children, the how to say, belong to this Buddhist family. So we are giving, you know, these teachings, the traditional way to the religious teaching also. So that way you can see our Facebook. So our children chanting very beautiful, like monks and nuns. They practice very good. And they can do meditation, they can chanting mantra, they can, you know, do so many kind of this ritual practice, like they can do the Guru Puja, you know, the mandala offerings, whatever, you know, this protector prayer, they can do a lot. So this is our main purpose. You know, Dalai Lama say, only this modern education is not enough. You know, so also, if we give only the Asians, you know, this education, also not good enough, you know, something missing.
Yeah.
So we should have a two wing, then we can fly. So we should give a modern education plus Asian traditions, you know, this Buddhist philosophies teaching also. So that way, this is our main purpose. So our children, you know, until this is not a school, you know, this Ngari Institute is just an institution and the societies. So our children's going to another school. We take care of. But inside some teacher we have, they give the tuition. Then children stay in the Ngari Institute. They're going to, you know, until 5th grade, they are going to the government's, the public school. After 6th, they are going to Tibetan school. Mm-hmm. So then after 10th grade, they are going to, you know, they join this secondary schools and college and university. So, yeah, we have a very good result. So I'm taking this kind of students, full free food, education, medications, whatever. They stay with us like a family, you know, so they are very innocent. You know, they feel each other brother and sister, no more fighting. Sometimes little. You know? So, but most of the time they're spending us with very, very happy and peaceful. So then it's also there's going a lot of religious ceremony also. We are celebrating, you know, all children's birthday. Every month we have a 2-3 children birthday. 12 months, so celebrate. Then the Ngari Institute not caring only the children, so we benefit the peoples the many ways. So sometimes we invite like a foreigner doctor, like a dentist or physician. We invite them in the voluntary days coming here. They take care of our children. They look after another people. Yeah, so this kind of things. Then also we got very good library there. You know, outside the people coming to reading the books. Then some activities going in our library also. Then also especially we got Ngari Institute Gompa. So Gompa is the one of this like a pagoda, you know, the temple. So most of our children do prayer in the temple. Then locals, the villager coming there. Then some group coming from anywhere, like America or Japan. So sometimes we give talk and we leading this, you know, this retreat, and also we give Dharma talks. We running the meditation course, teaching course. So many activities is going. So we have temples, and also we got this small retreat place. Yeah, someone doing this Ngundu practice, someone just reciting, you know, many mantras. Sometimes practice the mandala practice. So many activities is going there. So then also we are, how said, another's like, the old temples, like the reconstruction. So yeah, so someone going to damage. So this one, stupa and statues, this kind of, we are also tackling and helping.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of, then also before Ngari Institute, is on the desert. Now we planted so many trees, 10 years, we planted 1,000 more trees. So we got maybe around, the few hundred, like the apple trees, the apricot trees. Yeah, we tackling the environment. Yeah, then also we are very, very close to these local peoples. Sometimes I'm leading the how to say, retreat with the local people. So just recently before I come here, I lead, this mantra recitation with the local peoples, like Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Tare Tutare, and Migmit Seve. So many people joining. So that, Ngari Institute quite working very, very good for the people.
Yeah.
For the young people and for the old peoples, even the people who died, we go there and pay respect and prayer.
Hmm.
So
For
lot
everyone.
of the activities going in the Ngari Institute. So if you guys like to come to Ladakh, yeah, happy. So
Yes.
from the airport in Leh, it's only 7 to 8 kilometers from airport to our institute. Very easy.
Come on, Jack. We can do that. Let's go do the show from there.
Thank
I
you.
would love to. Geshe-la, it's really it's so incredible to hear everything you're doing. I can feel my heart just kind of opening up because I just love hearing that you're involving everyone in the community. That's so beautiful. And I know that that you are also expanding, right? Like you're doing some construction. There's going to be some new retreat houses and a new dining hall and main temple, and so you're expanding too. How exciting!
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So because from before the 2006, there's nothing, totally empty land. Now growing many. Now we got girl hostel, boy hostel, dining hall, office, library, small clinic, guest house, new dining hall kitchens, and a mini bath, and yeah, then also monk residence and temple, and also this what we say, the retreat house. Then from last year we already start to build another temples, this.
Wow.
So more focusing inside the temple, we're going to build a very big statue over there. So that way, a lot of work going there.
Wow. That is just so incredible. And I imagine, so you're doing all of this for free for your community, but to build these buildings and provide supplies and medical care, it's not free to do that. So, how can we as a community or, audience members here, how can we support Ngari Institute?
So actually, you can support us different way. You can support our, the Children Education Fund. You can support, the sponsor for the children's. You can, you can give some generally donations. Yeah, also you can support our retreat house, the classroom, whatever you can do. So now we have, this foundation in the California. So you can go to Ngari Institute Foundation. So you can find all this, you can see our website. There you can see all of these information, what we're doing there. So many projects we have. So whatever you like, yeah, we have this our foundation account. You can contact with our foundation's member. So this is easy way. Before, no more. So yeah, now in America, you know, we have the foundation, Ngari Institute foundations. So you can support us through this Ngari Institute foundation. It's no problem. Thank you for your question about us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy that we could. And, you know, I'm guessing that there's people listening tonight who are excited to hear that you're building retreat houses that maybe people can go to someday.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Of course. Really, I'm very happy to invite the people, you know, because the retreat house for everybody's. You know, we have many retreat houses. It's not for me. This for you. You guys who come there, this belong to them. Isn't it? This is their home. Very happy, very peaceful, very quiet, no disturbed. You know, even they don't know retreat, they don't know practice, just live with peaceful happy. No disturb.
It's a nice place to vacation.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, well, Geshe-la, thank you so much for all of the incredible, compassionate activity that you're putting out in the world, and spreading the Dharma, and also bringing it tonight to talk openly. My heart is full, and I just appreciate you so much. Thank you, Geshe-la, for coming.
Thank you, Jac.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, take care. Have a beautiful night. We're off next week, but back on the 28th, I believe it is. And again, thank you, Geshe-la. Take care.
Okay, good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye.